Mr. Kwan, please.
Principal Chen, Ms. Leung, Chairperson of QES PTA, Mr. Chen, Chairperson of QES OSA, parents, teachers, students, alumni, ladies and gentlemen, I am highly honored to be invited to serve as the guest of honor in today's QES Annual Speech Day. In fact, I consider this to be my highest honor of my life. I left QES after studying for 7 years. As I left, I have a dream in my mind. A dream that one day I will stand on this stage and give a speech on an annual speech day. I am only an ordinary person. How daring was I to have such a wild dream? What must I do to become fully deserved to receive such an honor? I decided to take a path to become an extraordinary, ordinary person. Today, my dream has come true. I remember that in the Golden Jubilee year of QES, Dr. Hinton, the second principal of QES, gave a very touching speech on the annual speech day. As soon as the music of this true song was played, tears ran out of my eyes like a waterfall. I looked straight ahead. It would be so embarrassing to see a weeping adult without self-control. As soon as the words, "We echo Queen Elizabeth's rule," was sung, my tears stopped just as suddenly as they had come. Afterwards, I realized that my passion for my beloved mother school was even deeper than I thought. I am not sure whether I can hold back my tears when the school song is sung later. But even if I become the first crying guest of honor on an annual speech day, I will not feel embarrassed because that is my true self. My speech will consist of two main parts. In the first and longer part, I will talk about myself so that you will know more about me, how my passion and dedication to QES remained unchanged for 50 years. 50年不變. Of course, the unchanged scope does not include development and advancement, as we have to keep up with the wheel of time. I had exceptional experience. I participated in quite a number of events which were held for the first time in Hong Kong. In the second part, I will talk about you, the current students of QES, my younger brothers and sisters. Let me start with my days in QES. There were so many memorable events. I can talk non-stop for hours, days, and even weeks, but I will only talk about those relating to the theme of my speech. In Form 2, I did a lot of service and answered many questions in class. At the end of the term, the remark given by my form master in my report book was full of self-importance. It was very hurting to an innocent youngster who had a motivation to stand out by giving achievements, by giving contributions. Nevertheless, the remark gave me a very good lesson. After that, whenever I try to show my abilities and my readiness to serve, I always tender my sincerity to avoid being seen as showing off. In Form 6, another teacher gave the following remark in my report book: has strong sense of responsibility. This remark gives me propulsive energy even today. In Form 3, the first cross-country race was held. It was actually an urban course around the school, along Sayi Street, Agave Street, Katori Avenue, and Prince Edward Road. I was somehow picked by the host captain to join this race, although I had never run more than 200 meters before. It turned out that I won the second runner-up award. My ability in distance running was accidentally discovered. I started to join various races. In 1977, I joined the inaugural Open Marathon in Hong Kong. Since then, I've been joining marathons annually. I am not sure whether I am the only one who is still running full marathons after 44 years. I was lucky to reside near QES. I could afford the time to participate in many extracurricular activities. In Form 4, I was elected to join the school quiz team. I took part in the first match of the first inter-school quiz competition, which adopted press buttons instead of raising hands. I have represented South House in all inter-house competitions except football and badminton. I won champions in table tennis and the inter-school folk dance competition. In Form 6, I took up the role of vice house captain. I was also elected the chairman of the Cup Chairman Association, being the leader of all Cup Chairmen and the coordinator of a majority of extracurricular activities. My enthusiastic participation allowed me to develop all-round abilities and an amiable character. 50 years ago, in 1971, two inaugural events were held in Hong Kong. Early in the year, the first Walk for Millions by the community church was held. I solicited sponsorship from the principal, Dr. Hinton, and the teachers, and participated in this innovative fundraising hackathon. Since then, I took part in workshop meetings annually, first by myself, then with my wife, and then with my whole family. During the summer holidays before I entered the university, I joined the first total harbor swim. Since then, I've joined about 100 distance swimming races over 50 years. On my last school day, I made a special request to address the schoolmates on this stage. I made a remark. We are QES, and QES is us. I then held up a large piece of cardboard paper. With my home telephone number written on it. I stated that any schoolmate who wish to seek my help may call me anytime. I received a total of 3 calls in different times afterwards. I can remember only one of the 3 cases. I purchased a set of cooking utensils with 1 month of my salary. This set of cooking, in order that this schoolmate can keep his job, right? This set of cooking utensils is still being used today. So it is good value for money, isn't it? Right? Today, I will not disclose my mobile phone number to you. Anyone in this school hall who wishes to seek my help can easily find me through Facebook or other means. Right? I guarantee that I will do my best. After I left the school, I made more speeches on this stage. At each end of term concept, I come back to talk to the students about the latest situation of myself and news about some other old students. After about 10 years, my workload was too high. I could not afford to take half-day leave. The biannual sharing was discontinued. After graduating from the university and working for 2 years, I consider that my work has become stable. I can spare time to provide service by joining the executive committee of the OSA, which was established only a few months after the first graduates emerged. I've been serving in the OSA Executive Committee, including 2 years as chairman. Since then, I am serving my 46th term. I never had the feeling that I have ever lived QES. You see me quite often. I always turn up on important occasions such as the annual speech day and the homecoming day. Moreover, I lead my classmates of the 69 FA every year to join the special relays in the swimming gala and the sports day. I also run the 5,000 meter race with the staff, parents, students, and alumni. I was always in the organizing committees when QES have anniversary celebrations every 5 years. I am still young at heart. I just feel that I'm your elder brother. I'm very lucky to have been able to enter QES from a secondary education. I'm grateful for every moment as QES has given me a very meaningful life. The school motto, prepare yourself that you may serve, 修己善群, is always on my mind. I always endeavor to put the school motto into practice with my utmost effort. And double lucky to have got to know my lifelong partner in QES. With the education and training in QES, she has high risk and possesses all virtues one can expect. I always think that I am the luckiest person in the world. No matter how much contributions I make to the community, that is still not enough for me to repay my fortune. There are still a few more points about my relation with QES that I wish to highlight. I have served as the chairman of the QES PTA for 2 years. I am one of 2 alumni who have served as the chairman of both QES PTA and QES OSA. The other is Tom Wai of 58 FA. About 25 years ago, I carried out a lot of research and compiled the history of the OSA. Since then, I updated the history once a few years. I am honored to be called the historian and the encyclopedia of the OSA. Besides, in celebration of the Diamond Jubilee of QES, I took up the role of chief editor and led a team to publish the book 伊利沙伯香港我校我城. It turned out to be the greatest challenge in my life. The task was even more difficult than any task in my whole career. This book contains many chapters which outline the development of QES in relation to the development of Hong Kong. To any member of the QES family, I think no more book is more meaningful. I urge you to get hold of one, in case you are not yet in possession of one. There is another publication of the Diamond Jubilee celebration. Tribute to QES 2014. There is a special chapter designated for all students with outstanding achievements in science and technology. The information includes the scientists in charge of the space project to Mars, and the engineer who built the tallest building in Shanghai. I'm working with the OSA to try to extend the list and to compile lists of other prominent alumni of other fields. All my effort is intended to ensure that the heritage of QES is timely and properly maintained. Now comes to my career as an engineer in the water supplies department. I won over 230 prizes and awards over the years. Many of them were related to staff motivation schemes. I also won the Best Sportsman Award 10 times. You may not know, including the year in which I retired. 2021 is also the year of my 50th year of making blood donations. I recently made the 188th donation and become the person who has made the maximum number of donations in Hong Kong. After my retirement, I joined various groups and organizations. Oh, sorry. I come forward. I also openly made a remark to my colleagues for all tasks that I ever executed in water supply department. I can provide free lifelong service. The final score of my career may be evaluated from the number of participants in my retirement dinner. The incomparable figure of nearly 900 speaks for all. Regarding service and contributions to the community, besides 50 years of works for millions, which I mentioned above, I also completed the 100-kilometer Oxfam Trail Walker 24 times. Tomorrow, I will participate for the 25th time. The total fund I raised for the Trail Walker was 4 million, and I also raised about 1 million in other charity events. I joined various organizations and groups after my retirement and participated in many meaningful events, such as organization of the Grandparent Day, promotion of Chinese culture, and fundraising marathons. I'm also a coordinator of almost all groups that I belong to, voluntarily taking up various responsibilities. All these are intended to fulfill the school motto of serving others. It is now time to talk about you, my young friends. You're very lucky to have entered QES just like me. I wish to imprint into your minds 4 pairs of words. The first one is by chance and not by choice. Oh, sorry. It's by choice and not by chance. I'm a bit excited, you know. I've been waiting for this most important day for 50 years. And you can imagine how nervous I am. But this is my true self. Today, all of you can witness my true self. An ordinary person. but an extraordinary one. Right? Now, the first pair of words that I wish to share with you is by choice and not by chance. You're very lucky to have joined QES. QES provides a perfect environment for you to learn. You should well prepare yourself and learn to distinguish between right and wrong and make good judgments. Otherwise, you may be misled by fake news and do bad things with a good will. 好心做壞事. You are advised to set targets, preferably short-term, medium-term, and long-term ones. You should make your choice of your path and not let things come by chance. The second pair of words that I wish to share with you is constructive and not destructive. Rome was not built in one day, but burns in one. If you think that a system is no good, you should not try to destroy it, because things will go backwards and become worse. An ideal system will not automatically appear if the old one is destroyed. Instead, you should take constructive actions to try to improve the system. On many occasions in my work, I found that the system was not working well, probably because time has changed. I still abided by the system, because if the system is not respected, things would be in chaos. For important issues, I put forward proposals to the departmental staff suggestion scheme, and even the civil service staff suggestion scheme. It takes time and effort to improve the system. The next pair of words is pleasure and not passion. For about 30 years of my work, I consider that the most important thing of going to work is to serve the community, but that sometimes imposed pressure on me. One day, an idea struck me. I started to tell my colleagues and my subordinates, the most important thing to go to work is to be happy. If one is happy, he can do a better job. As students, you should be happy with the school, the principal, the teachers, and the learning environment. If you enjoy coming to school, you can learn faster and improve faster in whole person development. The final pair of words is head and heart. To practice the school motto in preparing yourself, use your head. In serving others, use your heart. It is now time for me to conclude my speech. I have a thankful soul at all times, particularly to QES and my fortune. I have a loving thought for my family, my school, my community, my country, and the world. Today, my striking dream has come true. I have established an image of dedication, sincerity, perseverance, and reliability. I have tried my best to prepare myself to serve others and to make the world better. I have made a lot of achievements. Nevertheless, I am only a tiny drop in the ocean. If many people share my spirit and put it into practice, we can join hands to make the world better. My dear younger brothers and sisters, I believe a few of you are talented and will be very successful in your career. Just like the alumni in charge of the projects of the Mars Adventure and the tallest building in Shanghai. Nevertheless, I think most of you are just ordinary persons, just like me. Every person has different background and different abilities. You should, based on your own strengths, choose your own path. Always be constructive. Do your best and become exceptional, ordinary persons through visualizing the school motto. I hope that my 4 pair of words will be useful reference to you when you come to Crossroads in the future. A meaningful life and a bright future are waiting for you. Maybe one day you will take my place and give a speech here. I'm going to bow to the audience in the usual way I do after a speech many years ago. Thank you.